Hello, in this video we are going to write this simple Python program that will help us to solve any quadratic equation of any nature, and we are using PyCharm IDE. So let's get started. We're going to start by importing CMath library because we are going to deal with some complex solutions. So we have import CMath. The next thing is for us to represent the general form of every quadratic equation. So we have print. Then we have general. This is the general form of every quadratic equation, and it is a x power 2. We have plus bx, then we have plus c, and this is equals to 0. So this is the general form of every quadratic equation. So the next thing is for us to declare values for a, b, and c. So we have a equals to, then we have enter value of a, and this value of a should not be equals to 0. So we have a shouldn't be equals to 0. The next thing is for us to enter value for b. So we have input enter value of b. Our class we have copied it. So we have this, but we can as well, our a can be integer or float. So we can have float here. Let's use float because we can have decimal numbers. And the same thing in b. So we have float. You can as well use integer. Then we have c. This is our constant. So c can be anything float as well. So we can just copy this instead of typing all the time. And this is, we just change it to c. Now that we are done with this, the next thing is for us to represent when the user enters the value of a, b, and c. Let's see how everything will turn out to be. So we have here print. Now we are going to use formatting string. So we have f prime. Here we have the result, or we have result of equation. After the user might have entered a, b, c, let's see how the thing will look like. So we're going to have placeholder for a, and we have a x power 2. So we have times x power 2. Then we do the same thing here. We have placeholder for b. Then we have times x. Then we have plus c. And this is equals to 0. So when the user entered this, we're going to see it being displayed in this. So the user will know this is what he's actually going to solve, or this is what she's actually going to solve. So the next thing is for us to go ahead and find our discriminant. We have discriminant that is d, and this is equals to, we have b squared minus 4ac. So you're going to have b squared, that is b power 2, and we have minus, we have 4 times f times c. So we have 4 so that is it. The next thing is for us to, you can as well declare some conditions for d. We know d can be greater than 0 when d is less than 0, and when d is equals to 0. So let's fit in those conditions. So we are going to use if statements. We have if d, I'm just going to try and make everything short. If this is greater than 0, so what should it do? We're going to have print. What's the type of root? type of roots, we have two distinct real root. So when d is greater than 0, we're going to have two distinct real roots. Then we go what next? The next thing is we're going to use a leaf here. Let's do when d is equals to 0. So we have d is equals to 0. What are we going to do? At this point, you can decide to keep space here or you can leave it. Python doesn't really care about all these things. So you have print. I can also copy this. I think that will make it faster. So we have what type of root are we going to have here? We are going to have two equal real roots. So you're going to change this thing to equal. Two equal real roots. So we can use else statement since we have else there. So we have else. That means at this point d might be less than 0. Let's just use it and see what will happen. Print. So we can as well. Let's just copy only the text. The last time gave us a little bit of problem. So let's paste it here. Type of root should be two complex roots. So we have two complex roots. That means when d is less than 0, that means the solution is going to be two complex roots. So the next thing, what next can we do at this point? Let's go ahead and solve the real solution. What is our solution? So normally every quadratic equation has two solutions. So we're going to have the first solution. Let me use solution 1. And this solution 1b will be equals to, we have negative b plus or minus. So we're going to consider let's consider the positive first. So we have negative b. Then we have plus. Then we can actually make use of this, our cmat. So we have cmat.sqrt. That is the square root. Then what again? We have our d, square root of the discriminant. So we have d. I can as well remove this bracket. I think we have so much brackets here. So let me just use one bracket to group all of them. Okay. The next thing is we have divided by what again? So you're going to have 2a. We have 2 times a. So the next thing is going to have, when we have the second solution, we have solution 2. And this is equals to, let's just copy this. So what are we going to change? We're going to change this to negative. All these space, let's just try and remove them. So what again? The next thing is for us to print the final solution. So you're going to have print. I'm going to use formatting string. So we have what's the general solution. So we can have the two solutions for x are, so we have our placeholders. Then for the first solution, we have solution 1 is just here. Then we have and. So the next thing is for us to use the placeholder again, and we have, let's go for solution 2. So at this point, let's try and check if everything will work out well. And we have some solutions that we're going to solve here, some equations. So we can actually go ahead and run. So here we are set enter value of a. We are given an a should not be equal to 0. So let's solve this particular first equation. We have x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. So the coefficient of x squared here is 1. So you're going to have a equals to 1. And enter value of b, and b is equals to, I've seen there's no colon here. There's no semicolon here. I'm going to insert it there. So we have 5. Let me use 5. And enter value of c and c is 6. Let's see result of the equation. So we have 1x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. So two distinct real roots. Okay. So we have negative 2 plus, there's no imaginary, that is 0. Negative 3 plus 0. Okay. I think it's okay. Now let's go back to our equation. I want us to have, let's go to this point. We can fix all these points here. So we have semicolon. Now let's rerun our code. So we enter value for a, and we have here a should not be equal to 0. I could have well put it behind this. I think it's still okay. So let's just write another equation. So we have negative 9.888. Enter value of b. So we have b equals to, we have 9.88. Enter value of c. Enter value of c, we have c is 9.8. Result of equation. So we have negative 9.888 x squared plus 9.88x plus 9.8 equals to 0. Two distinct real roots. So we have negative 0.61 this and this. So these are the solutions. So you can use this to solve any quadratic equations. So that is for the video.